Working with veterans. We love our veterans. We love working with them, whether they're on the buy or sell side. And I think what's really important is that you understand the process of a VA loan. So number one is educate yourself as much as possible. Align yourself with people who work with veterans. So the best thing you can do is have a go-to lender who does VA loans for you, understands the process, has been through it, because that'll make it a lot easier. You also need an agent who understands the VA process, which sometimes people don't understand. So when you're going and competing against multiple offers, you've got to get your offer accepted for a VA buyer. Sometimes it's really hard to do that because you have to educate the listing agent and the seller of the advantages and disadvantages of taking that VA loan. So most important thing is that you find somebody who is educated, has dealt with every circumstance that has to do with VA loans, and having a lender involved. So a good example of this, a success story, is I had some clients that were referred to me from an agent in Minnesota. And they needed to buy a house. And this was their first house. They were so excited. They had, specific criteria, except the market was really multiple offers in their price point. So what do we have to do? We had to be creative. We put in offers and we were like the bridesmaid, so we didn't get it. So what do we have to do is I ended up getting them to look at new construction. So I was able to take them, have a custom home made for them that was halfway up. They could choose their finishes, and I was able to get the builder to accept their VA loan. And what is even more exciting is they needed closing costs. So they needed about $15,000 in closing costs. And we were able to convince the builder to pay those closing costs so that my clients who had never owned a home before were able to use their VA loan and they were able to get into their property. Now, how exciting is that? They were able to purchase a property, get closing costs paid by the seller, which was the builder. And after many months of looking, we started in September and we didn't close on something till about March. And we kept on looking and they were getting very discouraged because they loved all these resale houses and it was multiple offers. So what we did is we just went in there strategically and just put them in say, how about a new construction? So we were able to find something that fit their needs. They were so excited. They were able to get their property and move in. Otherwise, they'd probably be still looking because it is so hard to get that VA loan accepted when you're competing against cash and somebody who wants to close in, 10 days or 8 days or whatever. So I think what's important is having an agent who understands the process, has worked with multiple veterans, because it's important to give them the service they deserve. And then having a great lender who understands and will go back for them. And also when you're dealing with a resale on a buyer's side with a VA loan, sometimes there's some repairs that have to be made. So we have to make sure that the seller's willing to do that. And also, if the appraisal does not come in, we've got to make sure that that appraisal comes in, and otherwise we have to sit there and we have to show the appraiser the comps that we use to come up with the price. So very important when you're working with VA buyers and sellers, and we love our VA sellers too as well, because we refer them. A lot of times they'll move somewhere else and they'll use their VA loan. So I'm going to vet that agent in another part of the country to make sure that they understand how a VA loan works and how many they've done in the past. So we love our VA buyers. We adore them, our sellers as well, and we're always here for them. So just knowing the process is so important, and really not making them get discouraged, and just being honest with them. So, when there's, 15 offers on a property, if you were a seller, wouldn't you you'd probably take the cash over the VA. Well, we just make it so enticing for them to take the VA loan and do everything in our power to make it work. So anyway, when working with VA buyers and sellers, we love them so much. We love working with them. We love supporting them. They took care of our country. You know, we're just there for them. It's just really important to have the team around you to help you get that to the closing table. So VA buyers, VA sellers, veterans, we love them so much, and we love our clients. And that's kind of what you have to do, is you have to make sure you have someone who's experienced in order to get it done.